tutorial for you on formatting a Word document. I know we've got a sample in Blackboard, but I thought it might help if we actually did a walkthrough tutorial because I know you have an extra element with primary artifact number 2, which is your works cited page. So I'm going to walk you through it. So what I have here is just a sample. It's the sample dog walker essay that I used for the MLA citation. And I took most of the formatting out of it so that we could walk through it together. So let's say this is your essay. You've written it. You haven't formatted anything yet. Um, the first thing you want to do is make sure the margins should all be 1 inch. So no matter which word processing program you're using, most of these tips can be used on any, even in Google Docs. I'm using a regular Microsoft Word, but a lot of the pieces are a little in different places depending on which version of Word you're in, or if you're on online Word or Google Docs. But you should be able to find each of these places. They're just might be in a little slightly different place than mine are. So I'm going to show you, if you don't already know, how to set the margins. If you go to, mine has this thing called layout. If you click on that, you'll see a menu of items. Right here, mine says margins. You just drop down and pick, it should say normal 1 inch margins all the way around, top, bottom, left, and right. Okay, mine's already set there, so we're going to leave it. You'll notice that right here, up here, it says doe 1, and then it starts the body of the document. If you double click up here at the top of your document, you will see it changes, and this part up here becomes highlighted. That is the actual header of the document. The only thing that goes up here is your last name. You would just type, like I would type my last name, and then I'm going to take this out just to show you. Yeah, cancel that. Delete that. Okay, so I've typed my last name in and I want to insert page numbers. So you just find wherever your insert feature is and you hit, and then there should be something that says page number, and you just find the page number. You open that, you usually pop up a box asking you where to insert the page number, and it's always on the upper right hand corner, and just click OK. And that way, so if you scroll down, you'll notice if we had a second page to this document, which we will in a minute, it'll automatically insert the page numbers for you. So you can see right here, I pop down to a second page, and so it automatically counts the pages for you. So to get out of this and into the body of your document, you just double click back into your text. This very first line is where you want to start your MLA header, which is your name, my name, the class number. So I'm gonna insert some information here just to get you started. So there's student's name, my name, English 1101, and maybe the date is, I don't know, July, and it's usually the date the assignment submitted. So July 4th, 2078. Okay, just for the sake of example. So there's your MLA header. Go down to the next line and then write your title, whatever your title is. Okay, I made up a title. The title is the only part of your document that gets centered. So you can highlight it, you can type it in there, highlight it, and then up here is where your alignment boxes are. You just click on the one that is centered, and that centers it right away. Okay. So we're clear, the rest of the body of your document, all of this text gets justified to the left. It doesn't get justified on both sides, it gets justified to the left. So make sure after you do the center that the rest of your document is justified over here to the left. Let me take that line up. So we come down to the first paragraph. Remember, all of your paragraphs get indented a half an inch. There's no extra space between paragraphs. That's what the indent is for. And the next thing we need to do is, obviously everything is double spaced. So the best thing to do is just highlight your whole document. You can do it that way. You can go to edit and select all. It'll select everything in your document. And you want to make double space the entire document. So you go up here, this is where your paragraph, some of you may have a little drop down box that says paragraph here or something. You're going to go to what's called line and paragraph spacing options. So you're going to click on that box, and obviously you could just pick 2 here. However, Word a lot of times will insert extra lines or extra spaces between the lines. So you want to make sure you don't have any of those. So you click on, go to this drop down right here that says line spacing options. And you'll get this text box that comes up. Right here where it says spacing, in this area right here where it says before and after, you want to make sure both of these say 0. Sometimes it'll say 8. For some reason, Word puts in extra spaces. So just make sure those both say 0. And then over here where it says line spacing, drop down box to double, so it says double. And then go ahead and click this little box that says don't add a space between paragraphs of the same style. I don't know why Word does that, but it does. So, and then just click OK. And you can see your entire document now is double spaced. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to add any extra spaces. You don't have to take out any extra spaces. Everything's already done. Your paragraphs are indented. You're great. Your margins are set. If you scroll down, you see now we have page number 2. Here is the rest of our essay. So let's say you're down at the end of your essay and, oh yeah, I forgot to insert my word count. So you just go to the end of your essay, hit enter to the next line, and just justify it to the left. And remember, down here, Word will give you a word count. So it's saying our document is 590 words. The word count for your assignment is just the body of your essay. So it doesn't include the title, it doesn't include your header, and it doesn't include the works cited page. So you just highlight what you want it to count, and you can see down here, we have 522 of 590 words. So all you do is go to the bottom of the end of your essay and write word count, and then whatever your word count was, 522, I think it was. And there you've inserted your word count, so you're not losing points because you forgot to include the word count. Okay, and then one last thing we need to do is make sure that the works cited page should go on a separate page, still in the same part of the same document. If you just return down, I know most students are like, I can just hit the return down and it'll end up on another page. The problem with that is that when you go to save it and upload it into, you save it as a PDF or upload it to Blackboard, it'll mess with the pagination, and so it'll come across like part of it's on one page and part of it's on another and stuff. So the best way to do that is to make sure all of your extra spaces are taken out. I'm going to do that. Oh my goodness, we apparently have a bunch of extra lines. Okay, so we're at the end of our thing. We want to create a new page for our works cited page. You just make sure your cursor is wherever you want the page break to be. And so like you will see, I highlighted my page break is going to be right here. So, and then you go up to insert page break. Some of you may have, it may show up on a drop down menu, but you'll always be able to find under an insert menu, you'll be able to find you want it to insert a page break. Just click insert page break and you can see how it pushed everything after the cursor onto a new line, new page. And then the only other thing to do is this works cited is technically a title, so it should be centered. So we go back to home and center our works cited title. And there we are done formatting our document. It automatically numbers the pages. Everything's double spaced and lined up the way it should be. There's no big margin on one side. The text isn't centered. So anyway, I hope this helped you out. Remember, you also have the document format sample that's posted on Blackboard to help you if you want to use that to insert your text into, or you can, hopefully this tutorial helped you out with some quirky little formatting thing. If you run into trouble, you can always email me. Have a good one.